So I recently rewatched every episode of Ninjago. I promise this is relevant. And in this time, I was dreading one very specific season. One that I hate with an absolute passion. One so poorly written with a bland and uninteresting plotline with characters so unappealing that it makes it almost impossible to watch. Season 12. Have a problem with that? Here's the rest of my opinions. Read it and weep. Either way, although I absolutely can't stand Season 12, there is one standout episode I thoroughly enjoyed, that being Ninjago Confidential. I'm not a massive fan of the detective noir genre, but I do think this episode parodies it extremely well, and watching this episode got me thinking, what if I could make a black and white noir style build like in the buildings you see in Film 1 in Minecraft? Okay, so down here, I've kind of got a whole bunch of grayscale blocks in here that we're going to be using. I'm going to be honest, probably not going to be using many things from this top row. That's probably a bit too light for what we're going for, but I don't know, we might end up doing that. But the first thing we want to do is we want to kind of get a bit of shape going. Probably, let's count the boring easy way. So we've kind of got this very basic shape. And what I want to start doing is I want kind of maybe some darker tones here, so kind of maybe out of this range, sort of. We'll have a look. I do want to use a fair bit of basalt, maybe. So now if we kind of come in with that polished basalt like I was talking about, I want to have like this kind of outer rim around these two sides here. Now what I want to do is kind of get some of those, darker tones like I was saying. So I want to get a bit of a gradient going on. Hang on, I'll clear what I've got so far. I want to have it kind of light at the top, but also not too light. Maybe starting with cyan terracotta and working our way down. Maybe get rid of the smooth basalt, maybe. Yeah, I'm going to have to work out a nice gradient. As you can see, I've changed the texture quite a bit since, that first little stage. And what I've done in the corners here is I've got this basalt and cobble deep slate, almost like there's rain damage, but dripping down, because, you see in all the noir movies, all the rain dripping down, obviously, because obviously I've watched so many of them. But now what I want to do is I want to get a gradient going up here in these middle sections as well. I want to keep the polished deep slate on the outside because I think that'll look cool, and yeah, you'll see what I mean. So now I've got the gradient going up the inside here. What I want to do is I want to get some more blocks. What I want to do is I want to get these polished deep slate stairs and slabs, and I want to add some little balconies and details and all sorts. So kind of just come along and do like this type of thing. Now normally this is where I'd get a trapdoor in and kind of add that another extra layer of depth, but the problem with that is, trapdoors have color and we're not allowed to have color in this. So yeah, so now we've kind of got these little details in, and which I really like, by the way. I think that adds a lot to the build. I want to kind of come in with some walls as well and just add that extra layer. And even on top here, what I want to do is have a wall like this and then a trapdoor. That's not a trapdoor. That is an iron bar. Because iron bars are grayscale. That's grey. So that wall layer kind of just adds that extra bit of depth. I haven't added it the whole way across, just on the edge bits, which I think looks really cool. And I still have to decide what I'm going to do up here. I might maybe just do like this. How does that look from down here? That's cool actually, and maybe leave the ones on the end like that. Also, we don't talk about this angle. We're going to ignore that because remember, this is a city block building. This is a corner bit. It's going to be covered by a building on that side and a building on that side. I'm not being lazy. What are you talking about? What I want to do is I want to kind of come in and add some windows as well. I think that could look cool because it's very non-windowy. So windows. What I've done here with the windows is I've kind of done a bit of a gradient with the glass, which I don't usually do, but I think it could work here. And then I put a layer of black glass behind them because, we're not doing an interior for this thing. Not today, at least. So the only thing I can think of that we really need to do next is an entranceway. And also I want to add a bit of a street going like this, so it kind of fits the whole thing. And with that, I think this is pretty much done. So as you can see, I've kind of added this right in here. But what I also did is I added little details at the front. So first of all, we've got this lamppost, and I have used verdant frog lights. Oh, hang on, that's pearlescent. Which one's verdant? I can never remember. Here as well. And I know that kind of breaks the no color rule, but this was kind of the least colorful option for lighting. Other than that, there would just be absolutely no lighting, and that wouldn't look as good, I don't think, because it needs to be lit up. But we've also got these little benches here by the side of the road that people can come and sit on. You know, all me in this world. But you've also got these little planters here. Now, I had to get creative with the greenery, so what I used was dead fire coral, which I think works really well for like a plant or something in the grayscale mode. So, speaking of grayscale mode, doesn't Minecraft have a black and white mode? Let's see how this looks in that, just out of interest. I thought there was an option, but I can't see anything. But okay, let's see how this looks at night. Okay, that looks pretty cool. And how does it look with shaders on? I have a few different shaders. Oh no, the shaders I use kind of has this orange natural glow to it. That's a shame. I'm not going to do too much because my editing software doesn't like shaders, I've discovered in the past. So I'm going to turn these off again quickly. But yeah, overall, this is a really cool build and I'm really happy with how it turned out. With, you know, the limited, you know, lack of color, I really had to work with shape and texturing, which was fun. And also, I don't usually build in a modern style regardless, so this was interesting to say the least. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe and do all that fun stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. Because if this one gets enough support, I might make a sequel. I don't know. We'll see what happens.